we are. Mams Taylor or whoever else at Misfits that feels this way, this is my response to what was said today, and I guess whatever is said going forward, the breakdown, let's go. So like I said, as you guys can see, Misfits Boxing posted their Supercard poster. Let's take a look at it. And again, just want to say this, I'm so excited for this card. This is a banger of a card. The focus of this card needs to be this card, not me, not the mini cowboy. None of those things need to be the focus of this card. It needs to be Slim and Gibb. It needs to be Kenny and Salt Poppy, Jay Swingler, Nick LMAO, Jarvis, Ben Williams, Deji. Why has Deji got water all over his chest? I don't know. These are questions that I don't have answers to, but what I do know is they need to be the focus. I am not asking to be the focus of these things, and I get it. The shaved head, the beard is coiffed. I'm looking a little better. The shoulders are a little bit bolder. I understand it's nice to look at me, but do I need to be focused on this much in this card's context? No. But my boy, my brother, at Oladipo, with an innocent question, came out and said, at Wade Plim, what we saying? We heading to Qatar. And honestly, if I'm being dead honest, yes, I would love to host or be on the broadcast or be on commentary for this card. Why? Because it's one of the better cards we've had in influencer boxing in a long time. And you know what, Mams Taylor? Double clap like I'm going to the Spearmint Rhino later tonight and I got wads of 50s and hundos. Well done for making this card. I think it's a banger. So of course, I would love to work on this card. I'm not going to get into why I can't, because everybody has made a big deal about me going public with something I should not have done. I will own that. I should not have gone public with offers from different companies and situations that should not have been public. My fault, I own, which is why I'm not going to go into further detail as to the processes of said offer and everything around that. But I simply replied to this because it does hurt me a little bit that I don't get to work with my guy at Oladipo. I mean, look at this picture. Look at the dynamic duo. The founding episode of the X Series. This was the first coverage DAZN had on X Series 001. It was me. It was at Oladipo outside of Shoot Fighters. KSI in there doing his workout. We were having a blast. Times were better. Take me back. But I just said, unfortunately, egos run this game, brother. If it was up to me, the dynamic duo would return. And I mean that. That is 100% the truth. And yes, part of that is my own ego. I can accept that. And I've tried to make public my wrongdoings and the things that I should not have done. And at least to give you guys a transparency of, hey, I shouldn't have done that. I won't do that in the future, which is why I'm not doing it now. But as I'm about to reveal, there's still some hurt feelings on the other side of the equation, and I thought we had moved on from this. Turns out that's not the case, but I'm just telling the truth here. Egos do run this game, and if it was strictly just up to me, yeah, I would be over there doing that card, because why not? That's a banger of a card, great broadcast, and bring the boys back together, of course. But that's all I really said there. And then to keep things in a more respectful tone, because again, I don't really want to be the main focus of this card. I don't want to be the person that everybody points to and says, look at Wade making it about himself, when it's really should be about the people on the card. Those people would be right. I don't want to do that. And by the way, IFN stirs the pot more than a freaking chef in a busy kitchen on a Friday night. They post a response that Mams had to an individual here. It says, oh yes, please, Mams. Just saying, fuck all that old beef, make this happen. Mams said, Wade is very welcome to watch as a pay-per-view customer. Which, again, I'm not really upset at. Okay, yeah, sure. I knew that answer was coming because of course not. There have been multiple opportunities to have this thing worked out and we just can't do it. No big deal. That's fine. And honestly, that's a pretty tame response for Mams Taylor. Not really an escalation of the beef. But when I do go back and I respond to something like this with, you know, the truth, which is what I said here, which is a response to the IFN tweet itself, I think. I just said simply, the event is not about me. It would have been a great moment to be a part of it, but only to build the fights and the fighters there. Unfortunate we can't put egos aside, but it is what it is. I'll be watching regardless. And again, it's just me alluding to the actual reason I'm not over there doing work with them. And again, me getting into further details on that, like is being fiended for on the internet, is not something that I'm at liberty to do. Because again, when I make a mistake, I do not make the same one twice. I'm not trying to name names or go into private comment. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just simply saying that on both sides of this, yes, part of it being my ego, which I am willing to set aside, and I've said that, and the other side of things that, again, does seem to be a little hurt from the entire situation and feel scorned to the point where they would rather let it affect business than potentially grow business together. They have their reasons for that, and they don't need me to be there. And that's okay. But the truth is that egos can't be put aside, and I will still be watching regardless, because I support the card, I support the growth of Misfits, I support Gibb and Slim.
I bought some more cards.